Perfect. Okay. All right. With this on the podium, first up, we're actually going to go with St. Mary's College first. We've got Coach Randy Bennett. Again, reminder, please hit the raise hand function on your Zoom. If that doesn't seem to be working, just type your question in the chat and I will repeat it. Coach, if you could start with an opening comment, please.
Very well. Played a good team, but we didn't play very well. And but you got to appreciate the bigger picture on this one. And I think we were excited to play, and I think they were excited to play. So just nice to have the opportunity to play a college basketball game again.
And with that, we'll open up for questions. We'll start with Mitch Davis. Mitch, go ahead.
Coach, can you talk about what you saw from Memphis? They did a lot of high ball screens to free up Boogie Ellis. Can you talk about what you saw out there from Memphis?
Yeah, I thought Boogie was the difference in the game. He hit shots. He had tough shots first half. Didn't start. They got down. Brought him in. He made some tough shots. He made some good baskets, and gave him a lift and got him in front. And they separated right before the half, which hurt. But they were pretty much. I thought they were very similar to how they played last year, with the on balls and their little motion action. The new kid from Virginia Tech was another piece. I think they have better shooting this year, and their guards. Yeah, Boogie played well. I thought they played well. They bothered us with their pressure a little bit, and then we didn't shoot the ball very well.
Question from Terry Davis. How did the Memphis defense affect your team today?
So I thought their defense in the first half, they sped us up a little bit. We just, I don't know, we didn't play well against it. And I think it helped them because it got the game going a little bit, and they were able to get in transition from it and turned us over a little bit more than usual. But I just thought first half we didn't do a good job against their pressure, just taking care of the ball. And then that led to baskets for them. We went in the game thinking the two biggest keys were taking care of the ball and then transition defense. And first half we started out well, and then they turned us over and got us going a little bit, and that led to transition for them. So we didn't accomplish our goal in those two areas.
Questions. Last call for questions for Coach Bennett. Last question to us comes from Mitch Davis. Go ahead, Mitch.
Coach, can you talk about how the freshmen played? They really have the game in the first half. What about your in the contributions they had today?
They didn't play a lot. I thought Mitchell Saxon, I thought I'd play him more, but I thought our other center, Toss, played really well. So and he has been. So we played him, I don't know, 30 minutes and 30-something minutes, and then Mitchell got the rest. But Mitchell's been playing well for us. So he did all right. I thought he was all right. I thought Lemmet was he was okay, missed shots, but you got to do other things. And then I thought Jabe actually was decent, Jabe Mullins, and that's about it. Judah played about 5 minutes, and he was solid. I thought he and Mitch were probably the two most solid, although I thought Jabe played pretty solid. They're going to have to get more minutes before they get comfortable and confident, and I know that, and we have to get through that, but we're starting out in a tournament that you just don't have a lot of room for sticking guys out there and letting them play through their mistakes and all that. And Memphis isn't one of those teams for sure. Like they're gonna force you to make a lot of decisions offensively, and so we're getting there. I didn't think I was going to play him a lot, and then I didn't play him a lot. I probably played him more than I would have, but the game got separated, and I saw it as an opportunity in the last 5 minutes to play some of them. But some of them played when the game was still in the balance, and I thought they did all right. I wouldn't say any more exceptional, but I thought they did all right, and I think that's exactly what's going to happen for a while, is they're just going to have to grow into their roles and figure out what Division I basketball playing against good programs is like. And we're going to get that for 3 games here, and I think by next week this time we'll be more put together as a team, and our freshmen will have a little more confidence and more experience than they do going in the first game of their college career. And I think not being able to play exhibition games is tough for us, just because you can play through some of that stuff. Even as a coach, you can see where their holes are and what they're going to have to get better at. So that's going to be our whole deal. Like, I know our 7 returners, they can all play and function. They know what to do, but we have to have some depth. And I thought that hurt us. We went to the bench and they put a run on us, and then we weren't able to get back on top.
Thanks, Coach Bennett. We'll let you go with that. St. Mary's will play tomorrow at 4 p.m. Central Time against either Northern Iowa or Western Kentucky. Thank you, Coach.
Thank you.
Ready? Ready, Coach?
Yeah, I'm ready.
All right. Good afternoon, everyone. We've got the Memphis Tigers here. They defeated St. Mary's in the first round of the Bad Boy Mowers Crossover Classic. A reminder, please mute your lines. If you have a question, please use the wave or hand button, and I will call on you. Coach Hardaway will start with an opening statement. Yes. You're good. You're good. Coach Hardaway will start with an opening statement, then we'll open it up for questions.
First of all, very proud of the team. St. Mary's is a really well-coached team, disciplined team. And for this being our first game out of the gate was a pretty special game because we didn't do everything perfect, but we played really hard. We played for each other, did some great things out there, and ended up beating a really good team. So I'm really proud of the guys.
Davis.
Coach,
Hello. How you doing, Penny?
Doing good. How you doing?
I'm doing well. Hey, Penny, your defense, played probably the best I've seen them play in a long time. Is this where you want them to go, or they have even a higher ceiling?
Well, honestly, we're trying to be the number 1 team in the country again with opponent field goal percentage. And that's something that we want to be at the very top end every year. So nitpicking things, we gave up some drives that we weren't supposed to give up. It happens. Some opportunities to do some other things, take charges that we didn't do. But for the most part, I'm proud of the defensive, holding that team to 56 points and the way that they like to play. It says a lot, but we want to be the best defensive team in the country for sure.
Next question from Danielle Lerner.
Penny, what did you think of Boogie today? And, how did you assess his mood after he found out that he was going to be coming off the bench? And do you think that, contributed to him being extra motivated?
Well, Boogie's a competitor. I don't think he's ever came off the bench in his life. But I know the role that he's going to star in, and I was pretty sure that he was going to do what he did today. I told him this morning at breakfast if he didn't get 15 points, I was going to be highly upset. And he definitely passed that because he can score the ball. He got 24. He's adapting. Obviously, being a competitor, you don't want to come off the bench if you never have. But he embraced it, came in the game, and ended up finishing the game. So, as long as he's doing that, everything's going to be fine. I mean, he went out there and played a solid game coming off the bench and then finished the game for the team. So, that's what we expect of him, and I'm proud of his effort.
Let's go to Mitch Davis. Mitch, you're up.
Coach, congratulations on the win. Can you talk about the high ball screens you guys used to free up Boogie Ellis today? Seems like you used those a lot during the process of the game.
Yeah, we've been working really hard. We got this thing called vitamins with Coach Top and Coach Matlock that they do in the mornings before we start practice, like right at practice, like the practice time. And they work a lot on the ball screens, a ton on the ball screens. We've been doing it for like 2 years. And Boogie and Damian and those guys are really just starting to understand how that works. And if we're going to be dynamic, it's going to be because of our guards. So we had to free him up coming off down screens and with the ball in his hands. We got to give him multiple ways to score the basketball, and he did that today.
Next question from Jason Munns.
Hey, Penny. There was an 8-minute stretch to close the first half where you guys just went unconscious, 17 of 21. And there was a stretch a little bit before that, though, where you held St. Mary's to like 1 of 16 shooting. Is that how it's supposed to work, where the suffocating defense sparks the offense that way?
Absolutely. That's what we preach to the guys. I mean, when Damian and those guys came off the bench, he and Boogie, the pressure went up because we were down 8-0 when they checked in. And that's a lot of pressure on them to come off the bench and kind of turn it around. And they did it really quickly. And that's the type of stifling defense that we want. And then we want to get out and score it. Get out in transition and get the ball to our shooters and let Damian and Alo be dynamic, getting downhill, Boogie getting downhill and being dynamic. So, you know, with DJ and Landers as your wings and Boogie and Damian and Alo pushing the ball, with Musa rim running and Lance, you know, spotting up, we have a lot of weapons, you know, and we're really excited about what we have.
Next question from Clayton.
Hey, Coach, do you think that Boogie had the day he did more because of the situation that you're putting him in with that rotation coming off the bench, or do you think it was a lot of that motivation factor coming in?
Well, I really think he was going to play like that whether he started or not. I just think that we could definitely give him the role when he came into the game, that we were going to look at him and look for him, give him that focus, because that's what we need him to do. And kind of like Lou Will. I mean, honestly, because Lou Will is the starter, but he comes off the bench and averages about 20, 21 points a game. So for us, we don't know if he's going to get 24 a game, but we're going to give him a chance to get buckets on every game that we go out and play, because that's his role. That's his role on the team.
Follow-up question for Danielle.
Penny, how would you assess how Musa played today?
For a high school player who reclassified up and came to college early, for him to have his first game, 10 points and 7 rebounds is pretty daggone good with a couple blocks. It was choppy because on the pick and roll defense, he got confused a little bit, but that's a win-win for us, 10 points, 7 rebounds, and 2 blocks, and he was nervous. So he's only going to get better every game.
Follow-up from Jason.
Just covering our bases, you didn't get any sort of word during the game, before the game, or even just in the last few minutes on DeAndre or anything like that, did you?
We did not. We're still looking for that. We need that. We definitely were waiting on DeAndre. He's a guy that would have been very crucial in a game like this because he's so quick and fast and gets to the basket on bigs and knows how to pass the ball and make plays. So we can't wait to get him to add to this arsenal.
Any questions for the student athletes? Mitch?
Coach, one question for you and then one question for Boogie. Coach, looking ahead to Northern Iowa or Western Kentucky, what do you know about those guys coming into that game?
Northern Iowa is a veteran team. One of their better players isn't here, but really strong on executing their offense. A lot of screens, a lot of back doors, a lot of on-ball screens, kind of similar to St. Mary's. Want to shoot a lot of threes, get in the paint and kick-outs, get you in mismatches and things of that nature, and then throwing out for the threes. And Western Kentucky kind of plays like us. They're going to get up and down the floor. They're going to get the ball to their athletes, and they got Big Charles down there, and they're going to try to throw the ball inside to him and get him being dominant.
Hey, Boogie, talk about what you saw out there and talk about your motivation coming into this game, because, I mean, man, you put up some big numbers. Talk about what you saw out there on the court with the high ball screens and the movement you got. They created for you to get those open shots.
Really, coming into the game, I told myself to just, like, when I'm coming off the screens, to slow down. I've been watching a lot of film on guards and stuff like that coming off screens. So just playing with the big and knowing when I'm open and knowing when to pass.
A question from Jason.
Boogie, do you want to talk at all about your frame of mind pregame?
Coming to the game, I just embraced my role, and coach was telling me great players impact the game no matter if they're starting or coming off the bench. So it didn't really affect me. So I just played basketball and hoop.
Clayton, follow-up question.
Hey, Boogie. When you hear Coach talking about the role that Lou Williams has with the Clippers, making that comparison, I mean, does that make that easier for you as somebody that's been a starter most of your career to come off like this?
Yes, it was real easy. It gave me motivation, and I actually watched a lot of Lou Williams play, so I actually love his game.
Question from Mike.
Hey, Boogie, good game today. Just want to ask you, you had that tweet right before the game where it just said pained. Can you go into that a little bit? Was it just a disappointment in not getting the start? And you heard Coach tell you that this is the role he wants you in. Are we overlooking at that one word that you put out?
No, I just reminded myself that I didn't want to feel how I felt last year, the way I played last year. That's all that was.
Following up, this role you heard Penny mention it. It just seemed like once you got started, you got going. How do you think you can fill that role for this team as a guy who can come on the bench and get buckets?
Just embracing it and getting buckets and playing hard.
Terry Davis has a question for Damian.
How you doing, Damian?
Go ahead, Terry.
Hey, man, you guys came in on second unit. You guys turned the game around. What's your mindset when you come on the bench with that defensive attitude?
Us being on the bench and just seeing like how the first group played defense, and the first group they really did good. They just couldn't, like, all our shots was like in and out, just first game jitters. So when we came in, we just knew we had to just lock up and get easy buckets.
And final question from Danielle Lerner.
This question is for Damian as well. How did you think that all the new guys today, Musa and Landers, did, and how do you see them contributing going forward?
Great. Just like Coach Penny said, Musa had like 10 and 7. That's his first game. So, that's big. And I don't know Shed's stats, but he played good on offense and defensive end.